Good evening and welcome to 365 Days of Amazing Stories with Theo Mayer. Here we are on day 141 of 2024, and I'm continuing the story of Prince Five Weapons, who was also known as the Opener of Ways. He'd gone down the trail where the monster was. He'd shot his arrows at the monster, thrown his spear at the monster, tried to strike the monster with his sword, and then hit the monster with his mace, and all of his weapons were now stuck in the monster's sticky hair. The monster was right in front of him. He thought to himself, if none of my weapons have worked, certainly if I hit the monster, that'll work. He drew back his right arm and hit the monster as hard as he could. His hand stuck to the monster, so he said, well, my left arm is stronger than my right. And so he hit him with his left arm. It stuck as well. My right foot is definitely stronger than my arms. So he kicked the monster. His leg stuck to the monster now. Left leg he kicked the monster with, and that stuck. And finally, he hit the monster with his head. He was completely stuck now. Head, hands, legs, arms, feet. He was stuck to the monster. Now the monster, he thought for a moment, this is very strange. Everyone else who ever comes, the minute they see me, they run away from me in fear. This one, he's come at me. He hasn't shown fear at all. He still doesn't show fear, even though he is completely caught in my hair. I think maybe he has a secret weapon. I better find out. Otherwise, I may be hurt. All this, the monster thought to himself. He bent over and looked at the prince and said, Do you have some kind of secret weapon? Everyone else has been afraid of me, but you are not. You are like a hero. The prince responded, yes, I do. I thought so, said the monster. Yes, I have the sword of truth within me. And if you eat me up, it will cut you open and I will spring forth right out of you. You cannot hold me. I knew I couldn't, said the monster. I couldn't eat you at all. I couldn't even eat a little bit of you. I knew it. I set you free, the monster said, and he pulled him from his hair, and he returned all his weapons. The prince said, I do not set you free. You've turned into a miserable monster. You cause people pain. You eat them. You strike fear in people. You must change your ways. You need to help people out. You need to make things beautiful, and if you do, you'll feel much, much happier. Things will go much better for you. And eventually, you may even have a human body with which you can help even more. The monster thought for a bit and said, you are right. I have been very miserable. I will change my ways. Good, said the prince. If you don't, I will be back. With that, the prince turned, bid the monster farewell and returned to his father's kingdom. There he helped his father rule justly and fairly, and eventually became king himself. Now the monster, he did exactly as he said he would do. He began to help people out, protecting them from the dangers as they walked through that road, through that path, along the path, through the woods, making sure that no mishap befell them. And he cleared the forest in places and allowed sunlight to come through. He helped beautiful plants grow, flowering plants that attracted butterflies and dragonflies. He opened up the paths along the streams. And in time, the forest became not dark as it had once been, but beautiful. The monster eventually died, but he then became many other different things. One form after another after another. A tiger, a lion, elephant, a snake, a rabbit, an eagle, a pigeon. Eventually, he became a person. And as far as I know, is not living so very far away from where I am sitting at this very moment. I've heard he's helping people out. Okay, that is the story of Prince Five Weapons. His fifth weapon, of course, was the Sword of Truth. Perhaps the most important weapon of all. Okay, thanks for joining.